what these companies want is to create a culture within their organization where leadership is more than what leadership has been in our modern day. So this whole kill it and drag it home, kill it, drag it home, we don't really care about the rest of who you are.
Yeah.
It's just not working. And so the companies that have tasted this, normally the executive leader or the owner of a company has tasted this kind of work, then they're saying, I want this for everyone.
Yeah.
So then we turn around and say, well, okay, here are some environments. You know, the one-on-one is going to allow us to really get down to the core of who a person is.
Yeah.
But then you have group environments that are going to facilitate something deeper within the context of community. And then we have coaching tracks, sure, one-on-one coaching, group experiences that go beyond. And in all, Jack and I are creating this ecosystem of transformative leadership, taking people below the line. And I'm telling you, man, John, companies are switching on because it's not like what we're doing is so fancy. It's just different and nuanced. And so you read a Brene Brown book.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. This is incredible. What do I do with this?
Right.
Okay. So we're at the intersection of the therapist and the consultant. That's our background. That's our resource. But we're not so therapy based that it's all about, you know, what's going on just inside of you. It has to come out and impact your organization.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, you got me started.
Well, that's what you did for me.
Yeah. How so?
I think, well, let me just say for context's sake, I was in my career on a detour. I had been on a particular track, and the way that I was leading wasn't effective. Like it was effective to a point, but it started to cause problems. And so I had to take a big step back, and honestly, not of my own choosing. And that was difficult.
Yeah.
And I was trying to sort out, what do I need to do differently? And it wasn't skill-based. It wasn't like I needed to read some book on communication. It was like I didn't have something or I didn't see something that was causing me problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and sometimes we have the option of choosing change, and other times it finds us, and it's change, it's adapt or die.
Yeah, that's what it was for me.
So John, you showed up to one of our environments. You were in this cohort experience. What was different about what you experienced there compared to what you've been exposed to in the past?
Well, I mean, first pass, just what you're saying, how you're talking about it, it was an experience as opposed to information. You created the space and the conversation to experience something.
Yeah.
Not just load more info into my head.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I have read the books. I have read the leadership books. You know, that's the business that I'm in.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I haven't read every book ever written, but I have read lots and lots of leadership books.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about more information. It was about experiencing what was going on inside of me and how that was driving how I was behaving and leading the people that I worked with.
Yeah. So if I have a book that comes out, please would you read it? Just don't stop short of reading books just for my sake. I don't want just my mother to be the only one that buys a copy.
I'll get your book, I promise.
But you're right. The cohort experience is yeah, sure, you learn something, but we learn through experience within the context of a community.
Right.
And I don't know if you noticed it, but how beneficial it was to watch other people in the group do their work.
Yeah, absolutely. Just watching somebody explain what was going on inside of them helped me understand what was going on inside of me.
Yeah.
And so much of what I was doing was for reasons that I hadn't previously recognized.
Yeah.
And starting to understand why I was doing what I was doing and what was inside of me driving all of that helped me renegotiate my relationship with those things that drove me.
Yeah.
And relate to them in a much healthier way, understand where they were coming from and what needed to still be acted on and what needed to be not acted on or almost not, I don't want to say not trusted, but question. Why am I doing that? I need to understand that before I go power up on somebody, or I retrench my position on this issue, or I make this decision for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. So you spent a couple months showing up to an environment with a group of leaders being willing to do what we call do your work, which is more than just learning new things. It's having these shared experiences around life and leadership.
Yep.
How did this impact you personally and professionally? What are some of the things that you took away from that time?
Yeah, personality profiles or different types of assessments will tell you, you have this personality, or you're this profile, or you're this type. And one of the things that I felt like I took away from the cohort was that's not just a label. That's not just some style that I selected. That was really my personality, or the way that I operated with people. My system for dealing with people was really something that had been developed over time as a way for me to navigate life and navigate the wounds that I had experienced over the whole course of my life. And so really that experience, the cohort, helped me do was get rid of what of that wasn't helpful.
Yeah.
Keep what was helpful and acquire or recognize other parts of myself that I could bring to my leadership, to my marriage, to my parenting, that let me be more of who I really was, and dare I even say, like, more effective.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it wasn't just a management technique to attempt to be more effective, but genuinely doing the work created the byproduct of being more effective.
Yeah, I love that. And you've described what we all do this first half of our lives, or half, as you would say. We create a container or parts of who we are with all the best of the things we can acclaim or gather. And we attempt to survive life and make a way for us and navigating this life with success and successes that can bring something home and build a life for our family, for ourselves, and so forth. But all leaders reach a point where they go, is this enough? I want more. And often that you described it earlier, what we need for that next season of life and leadership is going to be something different than what we've accomplished or achieved in the first half. Yeah. It's not necessarily that all those parts are bad. I like that you said that. It's like I had to see which parts I want to continue with and which parts I need to let go of so that I can embrace something new.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I had the way that I think about what you just said, and I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you, I had achieved a certain level of success partly because of a list of things and partly in spite of a list of things. And I needed to optimize or get more of the because of and less of the in spite of.
Yeah. So what would you say, what kind of leader would benefit from this experience that you've been on?
Well, the title leader is an interesting topic that we could spend we could spend
coffee
a lot of time talking about that. But the way that I look at leadership and the way we talk about it in our program is leadership is doing work and accomplishing goals with and through other people. Now, if you can accept that definition or even just talk about it in that way, being a leader is being somebody who wants to get something done and needs people's help to do it.
Yeah. I love that.
That's, I need my wife's help to raise our children. I need, our marketing team's help to reach as many people as we can with our program. But the vice versa is true. The opposite is true of all of that too. So anybody that is trying to get something done, that wants to impact people around them, anybody that is trying to or is working towards something that is meaningful to them and wants to involve other people, that's a leader.
Yeah.
And the kind of work that we're talking about is going to help that person. And so that's my long-winded way of saying everybody?
Well, it is everybody, but I'm gonna add a caveat. We live in a westernized culture that has promoted individualism and self-sufficiency.
Right.
So your definition had two parts to it. It's like, I want to get something done, like with people.
Right. That's right.
And that's exactly what these cohorts are. They're saying, listen, I want to grow as a person alongside others.
Yeah.
And so for many of us that have bought into this idea that, I can go further alone, it's better without.
Right.
It's going to be a real challenge to step into a group environment to say, no, I'm going to trust this container, this environment to deepen what is going on inside of me, because I believe there's more value in the midst of this community rather than something I can just do for myself and with myself.
Yeah.
And so that's where the cohort experience, I believe, comes as a counter-cultural challenge to the way we've done Western commerce and leadership, to your point.
Yeah.
We've really lacked in that definition. I love your definition, by the way. Have you patented it? Have you guys got a...
You can send the royalties to my house.
All right, I'll do it. Mailbox money.
That's right.
Well, anything else you want to say just about your experience, a moment, a topic, a shifting point, anything else as we close?
I just, I'm in the coaching business.
Yeah.
And you and Jack both are phenomenal coaches, and you both have been phenomenal coaches to me. And I can't, with any kind of integrity, be a coach and not recognize the need for having a coach. And I just want to thank both of you for bringing that to my life and helping me navigate a critical and challenging season in my life, and help me be who I was intended to be and lead at the level that I want to lead at, and contribute at the highest level that I have the opportunity to do so.
Gosh, thank you. Humbled for that. Thank you.
You bet.